Good afternoon, folks. Pardon me, I've got a frog in my throat. And welcome and good afternoon. Today's job is to replace some components in this Hitachi radio cassette from the 1980s. Could even be from the 70s, but I think it's from the 80s. Now, what the issue that this has, I've got the knobs, I don't need the balance knob, I've got all the others off. What the issue this has got is, I've done the belt, works perfectly, but after about 5 minutes, maybe a bit less, the right channel dies. The right hand channel just, it goes very, very quiet. And when you turn it off and straight back on, it will come back on, work for a couple of seconds and go off again. So basically what we're going to do today, if we can ever get the back off, there we are. What we're going to do today and we've already got what we've got in here. They're all the screws. There's a good idea. Always put your screws in a little bag. That way you know where they are when you can put the damn thing back together. Right, so what we've got to get to is these two audio chips down here. Now, there's probably only one of them that's no good, but I'm not even turning the iron on. I turned the switch on, but the wrong one. There we go. Right. What we're going to do, we've got this mostly prepared to work on. Plugs unplugged and stuff like that. There's the headphone socket. There's all the knobs. Get these out of here. Knobs, bits and pieces. And this thing's actually got quite a good sound on it. It's not bad at all. I mean, it is what it is, but, and that's a knob bright, that's off the balance control, it's got to be. Unless there's another knob in here. How many knobs is on the front there? 3. So there's another knob knocking about in here somewhere. Can't see it, but it's in here. Because I put them all in here. Unless I threw it in that bag. Nope. Oh, it's here. And I'll need to clean this up and put the knob in position and put the bright back on. I'll have to glue that knob bright, but in fact it'll probably just turn, it finds its own position actually. That's it. Doesn't have to be glued, that's it. Just pushes back on where it needs to be. Right, so they're the knobs and stuff like that. The handles there. And this is all loose and ready to come out. Just a couple of wires that we have to take off. I also purchased some capacitors, 1000 microfarad and 220 I think. Yeah, 220 at 16 volts and 1000 at 10 volts, which is right. I'm not changing all this lot, I'm only changing in the amplifier. I'm only changing the caps in it around the amplifier, and I'm going to clean it because it's got that bloody Sony Bond glue on it. So we're going to take the thing apart really, and what we'll do, we're going to get those chips out because I'm replacing both the chips because I bought 2 brand new. These are brand new old stock. These are brand new old stock LA4102. That's what they are, brand new old stock. Where have I just thrown the little baggie that it was in? There it is. Put it back in the little baggie until we're ready for it. Until we're ready for those. See, I'm not sure which channel is which on this. I don't know whether it's left or right. So And given that the chips are both the same age, they're both the same age, so I'm going to replace them both while I'm in here anyway. It's just preventative maintenance really, and you know, this'll be a good little radio cassette when it's put back together. And I'll be very happy with it. So that's where we're up to with this. I've unplugged the lead from here, which is the heads. That's down here, that's down there, that's the tape heads. That's all unplugged. We're just really waiting on the bloody iron, because I didn't turn the iron on in time. You know, so we're just waiting on the iron getting warm so I can start. It should actually be there now actually, because this is a good iron. This is an Antex. I love Antex irons, they're brilliant. There we are. We're hot. So we'll just take off the wires that we need to, and there we are. And that should be it. There's two wires here I think I have to unplug. They go to a microphone. So, and there's another two wires go to a microphone, and they're supposed to go in roughly the same fucking place, but they fucking don't. I would have thought they went somewhere around here, but they don't. There we go. Put that. There we are. Now I don't have to take any of this off. So now what we'll do, we'll lift the chassis clear of the unit, and we can just flip it upside down. Now the problem we do have, and it's going to hinder us a little bit. See, I don't want to take this off. I don't want to take the circuit board off. The reason why I don't want to do that is I don't want to run the risk of having to restring the fucking radio. I mean, I think you can take the circuit board off and without doing that, but what I'm going to do, mind you, I might have to. Fucking hell, don't say I've got to. No, I think I can just get under there. Because what I'm going to do, you're all going to cringe. But to be perfectly honest, I ain't bothered. Don't know what Hitachi were thinking of putting that fucking cross member there in the first place. There we go. Now I can just get the Dremel again. Just take out just enough to let us into those chips. Yeah, we can get into them now. Right. So what we'll do, we'll start with where should we start? I mean, there's a fair amount of crap on here. Now let's start with I mean, it's going to be a bit just, you've got that fucking Sony bond glue all over this fucking thing. I mean, I want to get this capacitor here out. I'm going to walk them out and clear the hole up afterwards. There we go. So make sure the markings are on the fucking board. Oh, that looks like it's had something coming out of it. So make sure the markings are on the board so that we can put things back the right way. Yeah, there's a plus there. Yeah. And what we'll do, we'll test all these when we're done. See what's any good and what isn't. I mean, what make are they? Probably fucking probably fucking Nomads. Oh, CE, whatever. Oh, Mitsubishi. Got a Mitsubishi symbol on them. So what we'll do, we'll start by removing the capacitors, and by doing that, you see, I can get to the chips then. We get a bit easier access to get to these chips. So we'll start by doing that. Yeah. And it doesn't matter because I know where pretty much everything goes. Just look under there. Fucking hell, are we looking at? Yeah, I'm on the right one. Just walk them out. Alright, we'll clean the holes up in a minute. Worry about that in a minute. Let's have a look at that one. They all seem a bit shitty, a bit swollen on the bottom. But that second one's got nothing coming out of it, but the top one had. So, see, we just want to leave a bit of clear so we can get to these chips. Right. Yeah, look at that one. That's that fucking Sony bond glue. Fucking nasty stuff. That's that fucking Sony bond glue. Give you a closer look at that in a bit. We'll just concentrate on removing the fucking capacitors first. Right. I'm just walking them out. There we are. Got all that fucking glue on them, and it goes conductive. That stuff, it's shit. Sony sold it to everybody else, but never put it in their own products. Right, and it's all on the board. It all has to be cleaned off. And that capacitor's actually stuck to the fucking board with it crap. There we go, look at that. I think that might have even lifted a fucking... I hope this is not a double trace board, because whatever that is, it's got something fucking green stuck to it. I hope that's not a double trace board and that's fucking pad. Can you have a look? No, it is a double trace board, but... Alright, let's give this a clean. Alright. Yeah, they are double trace. How the fuck do you get this stuff off? That's what I'd like to fucking know. IPA, I would presume. Use IPA. Get this fucking Sony glue off. It's only here, it's nowhere else. But it's conductive. If I get my meter, I might not do it now, but the other day when I was doing it, it was actually conductive. I'll just rest this on here for a second, put this on ohms. Right. See, I don't want to clean the board too much, I don't want to take the writing off. Now if I go to there, that's ohms, go to there, that trace there. It's not doing it now, but the other day shut up, Scraps! So what we need to do is I don't think I've not lifted the fucking trace. What it's actually just done is lifted the glue. Just a bit of the paint off the board really, a bit of the solder mask. There we go, look at that. Look at that. I'm just taking the big chunks off and then get the isopropyl and the thing and see if we can clean this crap off. If not, I'm going to have to find something that will bring it off. Got a couple of these things here. Let's get the IPA. Right, let's empty that there because oops, there we go. Hey. Now let's see, let's put some IPA into that container. Then we can put the bottle away without running the risk of spilling the fucker. Now, I haven't got any Q-tips or cotton buds, so good. But I can get into here anyway, so not really an issue. Just hoping this stuff comes off. And you can't get it off with the components in place. You know, that's not happening. But it is coming off. Yeah, we're getting there, folks. Yeah, See, you can see there where I actually pulled, but see, there's a trace that runs along here, and I don't know whether, let me just scrape that. Don't know whether I pulled that off. I'm not sure, I don't know, or whether, but we'll sort that out, that's not a problem. I don't think it goes anywhere, to be honest. Just goes this side of the board and stops there. So yeah, we're okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm going to go onto that wire. Yeah. See what I mean? So I didn't actually damage it, I just lifted the solder mask off, which was lucky. But, you know, we'll continue cleaning and scrubbing and try and get as much of this shit off as we can. It is coming, it's... Yeah, we are getting there, folks. That's not too bad, that, actually, now. Underneath the legs of the components is nice and clean. Yeah. And yeah, we're not, there's another piece. You can just scrape it with your, you want to try not to use any tools for scraping on here, because get another one of them, oh no, we'll keep using that one, it's still got a bit of RPA in it. Ow. Right, well, we're clean there now, folks, more or less. Got a little bit there. Just use my fingernail. There we are. And as I say, we want a bit of clearance around here so we can get these, so we can hook these chips out in a minute. Yeah, that's got it, that, folks. That's got it. Let's move the IPA. Now, let us start on these chips. We'll do the chips first because we want to, that was the idea of taking the capacitors out. Just to get to the chips. There we go. There we are. Right, so we want to be round this way. We've got to take our chips out. Now, solder. What we'll do, I hope my soldering iron can eat through this ground plane, it should. We'll put new solder on there, just a ground plane. That just acts as a heat sink. There we are. Now let's find yon sucker and do a bit of sucking off. We might struggle with these ground planes a bit, but we'll get them off. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, we'll go for this one a bit. Without pressing the button. I'll tell you what, you know, these suckers are Phillips suckers, these, and they're not bad. Right, so now we can go for the pins proper. Hang on, that's something in my eye, folks. Yeah. Now we can go for the pins proper and desolder them. And don't forget there's fucking two here bent over. So doesn't matter if we snap them off because we're not reusing the chips. So doesn't really matter. That one. There's another one that bent over. Doesn't matter because we'll get them off. Do one at a time. But I could have just replaced one chip, but let's just try and lift these legs up a bit. There we are. I want to be able to get them out as clean as possible. And clean that. There we are. Right, well I think that's all the holes unsoldered. Oh, hang on, that one there doesn't look very good. Let's just right, let's see if we can get the chip out And the one, it's going to be easy to work out which one it was. It's the one that's red hot, which is, ow, that one. And what we do here, we use our soldering tools and we just oik them out. It should just oik out. There we are. Just breaks that off. And like I say, we're not. There we are. Look at that, folks. If there's any doubt of whether I broke any pins getting that chip off, let me just find a pair of pliers or something to hold it with. If there's any doubt of me breaking any pins, if you thought I broke any pins getting that chip off, then I've still got the chip in my hand. It's still the same one. I didn't even break the heatsink bit off. Look at that. Every pin is still intact, every one of them. So there we go. Now we get our new chip, the first one, and hopefully, now I notice that a lot of you are probably thinking, well, he's not wearing his anti-static wristband. I'm not wearing my anti-static wristband because I don't have one, because I think it's fucking snake oil, to be honest. Anti-static wristbands. You know, I don't wear them because, to be honest, I just think the snake oil, you know, if anybody's ever damaged a chip without having a wristband on, then let me know. I'd be interested, because I've never damaged one. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying I've never done it. Oh, let's just shift that cap out of the way slightly. There we go. What we want to do next is just slide the chip. To be honest, I could have done with a bit more clearance here. Right, let's get me pliers and let's move some of these back a bit. There we go. See, we're on that fucking big fucking lumpy for one there. Yeah, we will get it in. We got the last one out. All we have to do is just line it up like that. Scraps! Get in! So the heatsink part is lined up. Whoops. I'm a bit, to be honest with you folks, this is, make sure my pins are all still straight. Yeah, no problem. Alright. And I know the holes are clear. Getting these in. Basically you've got to get it just in the right position, but not bend any pins. Because in theory it should be, the pins should all be in the right position for this to just drop in the holes. It's that fucking green fucker there that's hitting it. If it comes to it, I'll take the fucker out, but yeah, the pins are all lovely and straight. Right. Right, so yeah, because that's dropping in there, the heatsink's ready to drop in. Just try and manoeuvre. Chip. Right. It's very, very see, that's in the right position. Just make sure that the fucking chip is the right spacing. I've bent one pin, look. Bent one of my pins. Right, well, what I'm going to do, let's have a look. Where's that fucking big green capacitor? It's that fucker there. That's the one that's causing the obstruction. So I think that's it there. Nope. Where the fucking hell are you? So it connects to the very first pin. That's it. Worry about that fucking later. I need that extra bit of clearance to just. Yeah, that should give me the extra bit of clearance I need. Should be able to pop this chip in here now. But I don't. For fuck's sake, I don't use anti-static bands and stuff like that. Never needed them. I mean, I suppose if you know, I'm probably wrong anyway, but I've never needed them, and that's you know. So, I mean, there we are. You see, told you all the holes were clear. Just needed that obstruction out the fucking way. I better remember to solder that fucker back. So, well, that wasn't difficult, was it, folks? That was actually nice and easy. Let's hope the other one's going to be just as fucking kind to me, eh? Alright, so what we need to do next. I mean, these chips, they get warm through use anyway. That's why they soldered to a fucking heatsink, or soldered to a fucking. That's why they solder them to the ground here. they get fucking warm anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solder the heatsink part of the chip first. And the good thing about these chips is because they've got a whacking big fucking plate on the end, you can't get it wrong. You know, you can't put these fuckers in the wrong way around. Absolutely fucking not. Well, we've got a nice, yeah, it's flowed lovely. Now, when Hitachi made this, they bent them 2 pins over there, but I'm not going to, because if it has to be repaired again in the fucking future, you know, it needs to be worked on again. Get a piece of solder. There's nothing left on that piece, it dropped out my fucking hand. There we go. There we go. I always like to pull the solder off my roll. I don't like to hold the bobbin in my hand. I think it's a pain in the ass. Some people do. I got a comment the other day, someone saying that he couldn't hear me speak. I forget who it was. He couldn't hear me. Right. Well, all I can say to that fella, you either need to fucking turn your volume up or buy a decent set of fucking speakers. Because everybody else can fucking hear me. If you can't, you've got a problem. You know? I mean, if I couldn't hear somebody and somebody else and everybody else, then there was no other comments about it, then I'd start looking at my own stuff. And thinking, why can't he hear me? Oh, hang on. Thinking, why can't he hear me? You know? Thinking, why can't he hear me? But people don't think of that, they just assume it's all your fault. They assume it's all your fault. So therefore you get the blame, the onus is automatically placed on you. And that's fucking wrong, it shouldn't be. There we go, let's put the magnifier on and just check that. Put on the old magnifier and have a look at that job. Yeah. It shows no shorts, and there isn't. That's beautiful. Tell you what, folks, that's nice. One in, one done, one down, one to go. Right, at this point, folks, I'm going to take a break. What did Jay call it? A comfort break. Yeah, that's a very good description of it, isn't it? A comfort break. You know, where you could be going for something to eat, or a fag, or a brew, or a shite. Or just chill out for 10 minutes and get your faculties together. Whatever it is, a comfort break. I like that one. Oh, by the way, Jay, if you're watching, I'm enjoying your series on Mildred's ashtray. Yeah, I'm finding that one very good. Anyway, let me pause this and I'll be back I'll be back in a jiffy. Right, shall we see if we can get the other device changed just as quick? Right, where's my bins? There they are. Let's get the old giglets on and let's get back to it. This one here might be a bit trickier because there's plastic here, so might have a bit of a problem getting the old sucker in, but we'll see. But yes, really happy with the way the first one went in. Get the second one out. Make sure that we're solder's cleaned off it as much as you can. It doesn't matter if you have a little bit left, it just pulls off. A very, very thin layer, just, you know, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. That's that one done. I mean, it's like that solder wick, I can't get on with it. A lot of people use it and think it's great, and yeah, if you get on with it, it's fabulous, but, you know, I just can't get on with it, folks. I've tried it, but, you know, it just doesn't work for me. Mounted there. So I want to make sure that it's completely loose. Oh, that is now. Just get the sucker under there and give that a good suck. Get that bit off the board there. Get that in there. They haven't bent the pins over on this one by the look of it. No. Not all the pins are used as well, so not all of them have to be soldered up. Got it. Got that one. I think we got that one. the last one, which is very hard to get under. We got it. Just double check everything. That one there could do a bit more off. I think the pin's bent over actually on that one. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if it will release itself. See if we'll. Where's me tool gone that I'll use for lifting it up? Where's me lifter upper? Did so well with that a minute ago, so that's what I'm looking at using, but can't seem to fucking see it. Got this other one here, but I'd rather use the one I used the first time round. That hoiked it up no problem. Let's try and get under it. There we are. Not quite free there. Let's give it a bit more. Let's get a bit more. Not quite free, we're still being held in. Just don't want to force anything. That one's off. That side there's nice enough, but that side there's still got some on it. The other side's lovely. Side's clean. That side's clean by the look of it. It should pop off. Let's see if it does. Don't know where my other thing went. It was be nice to have that other tool. It was just hoiked them off. There we are. Let's move that capacitor over there, move that one a bit there, move this one here out of the way, move that one up there, there we are. Right. And again folks, the pins broke off, so I did get them all. I made a bit of a mess of the chip, but that's because I brought it out on a slant. We'll get rid of that. We'll get our second and new device. I hope these really were new old stock and not fucking just the pins a bit bent on that one. I hope these are not fucking them Chinese fakes. I'll be very disappointed. They are brand new chips, they're not pulled parts out, they've never been used, they were in a sealed bag. I hate that when you buy a new part and it's supposed to be new, it turns out it was pulled out or something. fucking, it's a dirty trick to pull on somebody, that. We might have a bit of an issue getting it in as well. We did with the last one, but we got it there. Just move everything about. Put the chip straight. See, the trick is to line it up. Put this in a better position so I can work on it now. Well, that feels as though it's not right. We don't want to put any force on it. Just check I've not mangled any pins. I don't think I would have done. Lift it back out. Make sure I've not kinked any pins. That one there is though, not through me. That's it. That's it. Slide that. So we'll move this over a bit. And to do. See, I want this radio cassette for my own collection. But I don't only collect them, I use them as well. Now we're in one side. Fucking hate that you get one side. There we go. I hate that when you get one side in and then the other side won't go in, but that's dropped in lovely. I need to remember to put that capacitor back in as well. That's going to be a job and a half, but I'll deal with that next. Not deal with that right now. Right, so the nice thing about these chips though is you can't put them in the wrong way around because of the way the heat sink tab on them. So what we'll do, we'll that move then. Don't want it lifting out. So what we'll do, we'll just, there we are, we'll just solder one there, right. Shut up, it's too early. Doesn't take long to solder them in once you get to it. Once you get started, you soon get there. We now had to cut that little bit of plastic out, but unfortunately, yeah, that's nicely in. Right, give the iron a wipe. Always keep your iron clean. clean iron is a clean job. Well, I'll do this and then I'll let him out for a piss. That one there is going to be the bastard to get onto. Got it. That one there, no, that's a tricky one. But there we are. We examine everything anyway. That one. Come back to that one. We examine everything anyway, make sure that we've not missed anything or got any shorts. And you know, I don't even need a helmet for this one, the magnifying helmet, don't even need that for this. Because I know damn well, I'm just going over them just to be double sure. But I know damn well there's no shorts on any of those. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, put the capacitor back in. That's going to be a fucking challenge. This capacitor here. I might have to take the fucker out to do it, but let's find where it solders onto. It's that one there. And it solders, yeah. Trying to see, because let's move that. I can't move it any further. Straighten that one back up. There we go. Just trying to look. Put the magnifier helmet, if you like. Put the head glass on, and because I can't really see the hole, to be perfectly honest. Well, I can see the hole now. Now let's bend the pin down. Shut up! Right. Well, we're on the. We're actually on the hole. So get me. That ain't it. See what it's labelled as. I'm having trouble finding it on the other side of the volume board because it goes across that. There we go. Right. Whoops. Right. Now let's have a look. I mean, C507. I think I've bent the pin. Let's just get under it here. Yeah, there we are. C507. And it goes diagonally across. It's a fucking pain. It goes diagonally across. It's actually there. It looks like it goes to pin 14 of the chip. So let's see. I've got to clear the hole out and get it in. C5 7 C5 C507. There you are, you bastard. So, trying to find my fucking sucker now. There it is. I'm going to do this one with the magnifier helmet in place. Right. It's that fucker there. That's it, that's the hole cleaned. Now, I better put in this fucking capacitors back. It's going to be harder putting that back than what it was putting the bastard chips in. Right, oh, let's get that there. Right, and we've got these electrolytics to replace. Right. Good him. I think he wants a fucking ice cream. I think we're on the hole actually. Yeah, I think we're in. Let's have a look. We're not far off. I can see the fucking pin, it's not quite through. So I'll get my fingers under there. Oops. I'll get my fingers under there. Make sure I'm on the fucking right one. Right. We're not going all the way through, so I must have bent the pin somewhere, so let's have a look. Because we're not going all the way through, so let's have a look. But we're not far from it though. Yeah, I bent the pin. Bent the pin slightly. What we'll do, we'll go down there with the pliers. and pull the pin straight. Now, let's try that. It has to be bent a little bit, because that's how it goes in. But whoops. And as you can imagine, being able to see down there is not exactly. There we are. That sounded better. So let's see if we're in. Let's see if we've got it. So hold my finger over it. Let's have a look. Still not fucking all the way through that. Where the fucking hell? No, it's not right that, folks. That's not right. And the hole's clear. I mean, you can see the fucking pin, the hole's clear. It's a fucking nuisance. I mean, I don't understand it. The pin's not that bent. Right, so we're not on the hole there, so we need to go back a bit. It's a fucking nuisance. I can see me losing my fucking temper with it, to be honest with you folks. Where's my fucking finger on that I use for fucking... There's two of them I've lost now. There's one. There it is. Right. See, I can see it there perfectly. But now that should be in, but why do I get the feeling it won't be? So we'll just grab that with the pliers because it's there. You cunt. There we are, got it. Get some fucking solder on it before it changes its mind. Right, where's the solder? some fucking solder on the bastard before it changes its fucking mind. Where are you? There you are. There we are. There we go. Done. I'll let him out for a pee now, I think, and just give this an examination. Make sure I'm happy. I'm fucking not fully happy, still got a fucking hole there, but the component's soldered in, but that's it. Right. Let's take this fucking daft fucking magnifier off, there we go. It takes some getting used to them magnifiers, they're alright though. I mean, you can fucking look and tell whether you've got it right. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Hey folks, I'm back. Now what we'll do, we'll get these capacitors replaced. Just put my glasses on, wherever they've gone. There somewhere. There they are. We'll get these capacitors replaced. Where's me fucking, what do you call it? Oh, it's here. There we go. Clean the iron. You know what they say, a clean iron is a good job. Right, so, solder. I'll forget where I've put that in a minute. Right, what we'll do, we'll clean all the holes out. Come out of there, you bastard. Gotcha. Gotcha. I think that one's got a piece missing. No problem. There we go. Right, well we've got, if we can find them, new capacitors. These are good quality capacitors, these are Panasonic capacitors. Right. Right, well we've still got a hole blocked. Still got a hole blocked there. Right. Obviously I've missed the odd hole, it happens. None of us are perfect. So that one's done, that one's done. That one never got done because didn't think it was a fucking blocked hole, to be honest. I thought there was a component in there. Come on, you bastard. That's it. I thought that was, oh yeah, no, I thought that was a break there. It's not. Looks like it, but it's not, because if I get the meter, it's just the way they've fucking done it. If we get the meter, turn that on, just leave it there, put continuity, just so you can, because I know you all like to hear the bleep. If I put this on here, you know what I mean, and do the same here. You know what I mean? Looks like there's a chunk missing out of the print, but there's not, because I don't think I'd done that. Let's have a look at how we're doing on the unblocking the holes. they're all unblocked. The only one that's blocked is this one here. So now what I'm going to do is wind this back a bit because we're starting to stretch all the fucking wires. That's starting to stretch all the fucking wires, folks. I'm going to rip your wires off. That's better. Right, so what we'll do next, put that there, and let's unblock that one. Right. Right. Let's get the new capacitors in. Right, so that one's still blocked. And that one there is as well. Never mind, let's get these ones in. Just put the other thing, I can't see the symbols on the fucking board. Let's put this on. Right. What they've done, they've put the plus right over some screen printing. So let's make sure we've got the right value. We have. There we go. That's that one. Display the legs a bit so it doesn't fall. Back out. I mean, these are designed to not sit flush on the board, so we're not going to sit them flush. That's it. Next one. Now, this one's negative, goes that way. Yeah, these are supposed to be Panasonic capacitors. It doesn't say Panasonic anywhere on them. But given I paid for Panasonic capacitors, I expect to get them. Ow. That's that one. Negative goes. Oh, I was right first time. Alright. There we go. see what values these were. Make sure the fucking water takeout goes in. Double check. That's a 220. That 220 went there. That's another 220. That 220 went there. That's a 1000 UF. 1000, 1000. So what we'll do, so now we want the 220s. So where did I put the 220s there? No, they're the 1000s. Where's my 120s? 220s rather. I'll tell you what, my fucking thing's turned up. My fucking sticker upper. Right. Let's just find my 220s. Where's my fucking 220s? There they are. I want 2 of those. Because I'm not replacing every single capacitor here. I'm just replacing these. Because if I need to replace any more, then I will. But for now, I'm just doing these. Right. Plus that way. I thought that one was unblocked. I thought that all was unblocked. Sure that was unblocked. There's a big blob of solder in it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll turn it over. I'll turn it over and I'll solder this lot up. I've had a bit of a comfort break, folks, a bit more than usual. I went to see Frances upstairs because she's had a new wet room put in, so I just went to have a look. And had a cup of tea and a chat with her. Get that off there, bit of solder. Move. Well. See, I'm not really bothered about how straight or how flat the butts to the board they are. Because once the fucking back's on, no fucker's ever gonna see it. So that doesn't really bother me. You know, how flat to the floor is your capacitor. You know, how flat to the board rather. Doesn't really bother me that. I mean, some people do. We get some people really love them flat. But I don't care as long as they're in there and they're doing their job. Don't bother me. I mean, as long as they're there and they're the right value, just double checking, make sure I've got no sharps edges. No, there isn't. So what we'll do now, we'll get the other holes that are blocked. Right, let's just double check. There we go. I'm caught up somewhere. Where am I caught? I'm caught up on something. Fuck's sake. fucking caught up where we're caught up. Oh, here we are. Well, that was one. That's it. Right, so that one. Yeah, that one. And the one. That should be right. I'm hoping this fucking thing works after I've done all this. Can you believe that I unblocked one and now it's fucking blocked the other? I'm wondering if I can eat the leg up. There we are. Let's go through. Yeah, through. And both legs are there. Looking at it's solidified. That's it. Oh shit. There we go. Leave that for it to solidify. There we go. Do the non-solidified one first. Then do the solidified one. That's it. Be sure to put the bastard in the right way up. Yeah, I did. Has been known to happen, put them in the wrong way up and then you realise and have to do it again. We all do it occasionally. As I've always said, no matter how good we are or how good we think we are, we still make mistakes, we're still human. Now there's this one here. Just make sure we've got a hole in there, because it's difficult to get your fucking, yeah. We have now, there we go, at least I think we have. Yeah. Right, pop the next one in, which is the last one. I mean, I should really do all these here, but I'm not. I'm just doing mainly what I had to fucking remove to get into those amplifier chips. Just sort them out really. I mean, and I actually believe it was the amplifier, one of the amplifiers that were faulty, because I've had that problem before. Where it's played up. Right. There we are now. Make sure no wires can get tangled up in the mechanism. Get the headphone jack from out the speaker. There we go. Alright. All this lot out of the way. There should be. Oh no, that comes from the speaker. That's soldered on that red wire. Right, so what we can do now, we can now make sure all the wires and stuff and everything is out of the way of the mechanism. And we can move my test leads out of the way. That would help if they weren't fucking in there, wouldn't it? There we go. Alright, all the wires out of the way. Right. Right, so what we'll do, we'll drop drop the chassis. Oops. Back in. And there we are. That one's not in. Is now. Right, we'll probably have to come back out for things to be done correctly and things anyway. So it was the right that was faulty, and we've got a wire off here. We've got a wire off here which looks like some sort of, I think it's the erase head. But the problem is I can't remember where it fucking went. Can't remember where that fucker went. Put me helmet on, me magnifier helmet as I call it. It's not a helmet, but I think it went here. To find out, should find one with a piece of wire under it. One that hasn't been disturbed. So yeah, it's this one, because this one hasn't been disturbed. That one has, and that one has. This one hasn't, so it's this one. And there's the piece of wire. I'm going to have to peel that back a bit. Thought I might have got away with that. Just peel this wire back a bit. Get my fucking mouth round it. Right. There we go. Just cut that there and just strip it. Bit of solder. Iron. Where are you? There you are. Tell you what. Takes some use getting to it takes some getting used to these magnifiers. With the these magnifier head mounted magnifiers. Takes some use getting used to them. But we get there. Right. Now let's put my fucking glasses back on. I fucking know where the rest of the wires go. Right. So that weren't fucking worth the effort, was it? Right, so we've got black, I think goes there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, no it doesn't, red goes there because of fucking, right, so this, let's clean this up a bit, there we are. Right. Red, if I remember right, it goes there. It doesn't make any much difference, they're only speakers. If they're wrong, they're fucking wrong, it's as simple as that. We need a white, that ain't it. That's for a mic, but we need a white. There it is. White goes there, even though the red goes there, but like I said, they're only speakers, so if they're the wrong way around, just swap the comes over. The brown for the brown for the, I don't know why they put the fucking positives and negatives on, the negatives on fucking speakers, on plugs, but they did, I don't know why they did that. Right, we appear to be done. So what we'll do now, we'll run it, we'll try it on the transformer, on the on the bench power supply, and I can bring it up slowly, and if there's anything wrong I can stop it quickly. So, I don't expect anything to be wrong, to be perfectly fucking honest. I expect the fucker to work. But, turn the power supply down, turn it on. Connect that there, that's the negative. That one's power supply live. We've also got a blue, which we haven't soldered back on. Not sure what the blue actually does, but there we go. I've just touched all these up at the moment. Turn the power supply on, I must turn the cunt off a minute ago. Are we on anywhere? Put on radio. Oops. Put on radio. Let's lay it back down. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that, folks. Don't like the sound of that at all. Let's turn the power supply back up. I don't even know if we've got any volume up on it or anything. Right. Don't even know if there's any volume up or. I don't like that I don't like that popping sound though, so I'll have to look into that. The volume was turned fully up. That's tape, radio. Put the tuning knob on. Probably fuck the cunt up. Never mind. Shut up! That's weird. Shut up!
New stuff from Ariana tomorrow. Ariana, Miley, Lana Del Rey. Before, right? Everyone was chatting at lunch and someone goes, oh, it's a big day tomorrow, isn't it? It's the big day.
Oh, no, I've not plugged these heads back on either, have I? This wire back on it. But both channels are working, folks. Both channels are working, so... Right, let's turn the voltage back up. We want 9 volts.
New stuff called Cashmere Tears. Enjoy.
Eddie Max, hottest record.
Emotion, ocean is colder at night. Disposable crime, I mean you know what I'm like. Not the sociable type, unless you possibly like. You wanna leave us in tears, my baby smoke what you like. I'm a brother with options and any flavor suffice. I need to make it a vibe. Crimson color your wine, I take my rum with the spice. I've been in love with your mind. I never speak on my feelings, came with a couple of demons. Now you can take it or leave it, I'm more than done with the lies. So you had that before, baby quick to ignore. Till you see the decor, I need deep in the core.
Take them back into public ownership. The device used to steal our resources in Britain was the policy known as austerity, something which has now been going on for the last 11 years. Austerity is the idea that the worldwide financial crash of 2008 was caused by Wolverhampton having too many libraries. Austerity is not a financial project, it is a political one that has allowed the government since 2008 to sell off many of our vital, once publicly owned assets to their friends in business and knock down prices. Margaret Thatcher is dead, which is perhaps her best quality.
See why there's no AM.
Hey Andy!
Hey Charles! Okay. I'll catch you later. Well, I've got no AM. The tape working. Oh shit. Something just went pop. Don't know what. Something just didn't like being what. Something. Oh, that capacitor there. Ow. Oh, what am I doing? I put the fucking thing in the wrong way around, like a dopey bastard. That capacitor just went pop. Ow. Yeah. I put that fucking in the wrong. I didn't put it in the wrong way around, did I? I mean, I did check. I did. I put the fucker in the wrong way around. And I checked and all, so it just shows you, don't it? No wonder it was a bit low on that channel. Right, so what we'll do, clip that fucker out. Get this. Get here. Thought it was a bit lower on that channel than it was on the other. Oh, that's hot, that. Yeah, that's a well and truly failed brand new Panasonic capacitor that I put in the wrong way around. So what we'll do, at least it went pop and didn't go bang. So what we'll do, we'll just tack this one on it for now. So what we'll do, we'll just tack this one on and see if the volume on that channel's any louder. It was a bit low, wasn't it? I hope it hasn't damaged. I hope it was only the capacitor it blew and didn't damage the IC. But there's no AM and I don't understand that. Let's cut the legs so that they're even. Oh. Right. Just shows you've done it. None of us are perfect. I mean, we all make mistakes. Like I just have. These things happen. Yeah. Just straighten that leg up there. I'm just going to tack this on for a minute. There we are. And I soldered it. So I want to solder it that way. Try that. There we go. I don't know why there's no medium wave. That could be a dodgy switch or anything, but look into that. The FM's working. Why do I keep turning that fucking thing on? Yeah, that's both level now. I'm going to stop it here, folks, because hi folks, and welcome. We're back on the Hitachi. It's assembly day today. We're going to put the Hitachi back together, and before we do that, we'll just double check everything is working. So we'll turn it on. I've got it on my bench power supply at the moment.
In 11 and 18, and you have a story, you think these...
There's the FM.
...a competition wants to help you tell it.
If you're... There's the AM. I have to hold the back here because the screws are not in the chassis yet.
Psychologist then repeats it. And this time, like one person has on the card...
There we go. And I can't find my talking tape with Silly Bitch on it, so I'll just give you a little bit, quick burst of a bit of music, only a couple of seconds. There we go. The cassette recorder now works correctly. Everything as far as I can see on this is now done, so let's get it back together. Let's turn the power supply off. Oh, pardon me. Right. There we go. Now we had a baggie with all the screws in. Because the one thing I always say, folks, well, I don't always say it, but it's a fact. Oh, I've got to connect these back up for the microphone. I need to try and remember where they went. One went here. One went there. Now I've got to find out where the other one goes. It goes nearby. There's no immediate bloody plug. I haven't replaced all these capacitors. I've just replaced some of the amplifier down here. And trying to think where this other frigging wire goes. I can see a plug there, but I don't think it goes to that. It could, no. That one could. Because it's been that long since I took this thing apart, you see. The other mic goes here. So you'd have thought they'd gone next to each other, but they don't. But I'm pretty sure that's where it went. There we are. And the black goes onto here. There we are. Right. Double check all that. See, on this one it says right microphone, but on that one it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure that's where it goes. So what we'll do next, we will make a bit of space, get a screwdriver, and what we'll do, we'll empty the screws out of the baggie. Not all these screws are out of this. There's some that are not out of this, but all these long ones are. These long ones are all out of this. But some of these little black ones are not. There's a couple of capacitors in there, which I was going to replace, but I bought new one. I bought better quality ones, so didn't end up using them. Right, so basically, all the black ones hold the thing together. That's the headphone. That's the headphone nut and the washer, and all these other screws here just go in and around to hold everything together. And that's not going to stick. Where's my magnet? I have got another screwdriver, but it's currently, its whereabouts is unknown. There we are. Well, that doesn't go in there. Right. It's a case now remembering where things go, because it's, like I say, I took this apart weeks ago. So I know that one goes there. We have another one that goes down. Let's move this switch out of the way. Goes down there, and the good thing is the magnet just stays in one place while you turn the screws in. Well, that didn't go in. It is supposed to. Let me just have a look at the back cover. Because if I look at the back cover, I can see where cover screws go. There we go. There we go. So we have, that goes on there, and we have a screw that goes there. Yeah, so we don't actually. So, move my finger. Yeah, there is a screw that goes in there. Let's put the back cover down here for now. But there's also some metal screws in here as well. That's the only trouble with the magnet. There's also some machine screws in here as well. One of those. One of those could go in it, but let's try this one. screw. That's a pain in the ass, that, isn't it? Because give it a rubber magnet. See if that'll do it. See if it stays on. Just about. There we are. Yeah, I thought one went there. Well, then we have these machine screws. I'm not sure where that goes. We'll deal with that in a minute. But when we find one of these plastic ones that's a bit, one of these coarse thread ones that's a bit on the tight side, magnet. When we find one of these that's a bit on the tight side, doesn't want to go in, then we'll know that we're looking for a machine screw. And that luckily dropped into the hole by the look of that. Yeah, didn't want to stay on the magnet, but it has dropped in. Just make sure my tuning, make sure my fucking dial moves. Yeah. Oh, ba dee dee doo. Right. Someone just fell down there. Probably my fucking magnet. If I've lost my magnet. Shit. Well, that's fucking disappeared. Oh well, I might have to go and root out the other fucking screwdriver now. Right, so screwed there. Let's have a look around this area here. Now something screws down, yes. Screws into there. We will try and neaten up the wires and stuff. If anything goes in the middle, I think there's a screw that goes through the middle there. So let's have another look round. Like I say, not all these screws actually belong to it. They were just all over, like that big thick, and that doesn't. They were just all over the bench at the time, and I just needed to shift them. So we've got that one there. That might, no, that one doesn't belong to that. And that's a fucking pain in the ass because I've now got to get that fucker back and I've lost my magnet. So what we'll do, we'll get the other end of the hook, we'll hook it round it and just luckily that's dropped somewhere where I can get the fucking thing out. Well, you couldn't. Oh, it dropped onto the speaker magnet. There we go. Right. So that one must have one of these long ones through it. So just check that. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a minimum that fucking needs a minimum of that much metal before it even catches the thread. So let's have another look. And this one, yep, screws into the back. that one's a long one. I just want to make sure that I put fucking screws in that I needed. Let's have a look at, oops, have a look at this one here. I spotted a hole there. Yep, we have a screw there. I mean, these things have been, like I say, this thing's been apart for fucking a couple of weeks, and you know, there we are. That one goes into there. So we've done that, 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 that. And I think that's it, folks. The chassis is well and truly screwed down. I mean, yeah. So what we need to do next, just do a bit of cable tidying, really. Do a bit of cable management wherever we can. Just make things tidy. Headphone socket has to go in, and that's an easy one, it just plops in. Just move these wires so I can get the headphone jack down into its seat. There we are. Putting these on are a pain in the ass sometimes, but it'll go on. There's a little washer. I don't like putting these on because like I said, they're a fucking pain in the fucking ass. But, and I'm even questioning whether I needed really to take this out. I think I did. So you got to get them fucking level. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't say that's difficult and never to be found. Shit. I heard it fucking drop, but where? I can't put the fucking thing back together without that. It's not in there. Do all this shit. It's got to be found. And as it's the next part needed, it has to be fucking found now, really. Jesus, man. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Do you know, I can't fucking see where that went. Can't see that at all. All I know is it fell down here somewhere, it could have gone anywhere. I know sometimes things land on here, but not been that lucky this time. Went over here somewhere. Fuck. Alright. I'll find it and bring you back. Right, well I couldn't find it, but I managed to find one, so see if this one will do it. think that's in the wrong position, to be honest. See if there's a position it actually goes in. Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. Oh, looks like it can go in any position. Yeah, I would imagine go in any position. Right, well that's the position it's going in. Now let's try not lose the fucking second one. Fuck's sake. I hate these fucking headphone connectors. I hate these jacks, I do, I fucking hate them. That does fit. It does fit, I mean, if I pull it out, it does fucking fit, there's no problem with that. You know what I mean? It does fit. Right. I think I'm getting this in the wrong position, so let's find out. Let's try it. The circuit board facing down. Well, that feels better. Alright, it's come right through now, that, which is what we want. So it does have to go in a certain position. Right. So to turn this with a screwdriver, there we are. Just to get it in position, now I can nip it with the pliers. Hold the socket. And just fucking hell. There we are, done. Not the right one, but it fits and it'll do. And if the right one ever turns up, I'll put it on the one I just nicked that from, which is the Hitachi Music Centre. I'm still trying to get a fucking belt to fit that damn thing. Anyway, for now it's lost its, for now. Right, so I'm happy with this so far. Let's check for, put these cables out of the way. I mean, there's not really much you can do about that. I mean, it's what it is. Still not certain about that mic connection, but we'll test it when we put it together. I'm not going to be recording on it anyway, and I'm not selling it. This is part of my collection. So, just double checking for screws. And I think that's it, folks, to be perfectly honest, if I must be. I think that's it. I can't see, yeah, the headphone's correct. Yeah, can't see, just tuck them under there out of the way. Make sure everything's out of the way of the cassette motor. It is. Right. Some of these wires actually go down into here, look. Some of these wires even go down into it. It's these little places for wires to go into. I mean, to be honest, nothing goes into them. That went into there. That went into there. And all this lot here, this went into this mess of wires here went into there. That can go into there as well. Make sure all of them are nice and neat. into there. Just tidies everything up. Not that you're gonna ever, not that anybody's ever gonna see. And that doesn't go that way. That actually came across that way there and went into that. I mean, that's how that went. Yeah, that was how that went. Yeah, because it can't go around there. That goes to the balance controls and stuff. So that'll be alright there. Right, well we're pretty much ready now. Put the fucking back on. We want the handle. We want the handle. And we've got the aerial to put on as well. And we've got connections for the aerial. They're fucking dotted around the top here somewhere. They might take some fucking finding. But they're dotted around the top here somewhere. Can't remember where. It's been a while since I took the cunting thing apart, like I say. Right, and this went in. That way, it slides into its guides. One of them's broke. I might have to add a bit of glue in there. Yeah, it definitely goes that way. Let's lift this side. I'm going to have to try and repair that side because it's right. This is a fucking pain. You know, the fucking thing slid out no problem. But it definitely goes that way. It doesn't. Oops. Yeah, because it doesn't slide, it doesn't go that way, I don't think. Yes, it could go. No, it can't. It can't because it has to lift up. And it can't go that way. So it can only go that way. It could go that way or that way. So since we tried it the other way and we couldn't get the fucking thing in, let's try it this way. See if it will fucking go in. That one's broken, I have to glue that. I mean, it's right. So now, see, because that pushes down and it shouldn't. So what we need to do now, we need to think about gluing that, but I'm going to work out how I'm going to do it.
Hey Andy,
Hey Shaz.
still on.
Okay.
It won't be deadly after 12, will it?
No, he's coming at 12.
Oh, gonna come early, you know.
I know, but he's got something on this morning. That's why he said 12. Hang on, I'll come out and have a chat with you for a minute. Yeah, that was my neighbour's daughter. She just wanted to have a chat with me a minute. Yeah, I'm doing something for her later. Well, for her mother. So, just wanted a chat. Yeah. And there we go. Put that out of the way. Alright. The police. Yeah, right. Anyway. What are we up to? Right, well, we were up to just tidying the wires and stuff up, weren't we? Which we're happy with. Just just took them down there out of the way. They're just the mic wires for the right hand mic. Right, so now it's a case of trying to remember where the aerial socket went, where the aerial plugs go, all plug on. Now I know where the power plug's on. We've got three leads here. That one there, the blue one, is FM aerial, the other two are AM. And them AM ones, I seem to remember them very clearly. They went down here somewhere, I'm certain of it. Oh, Scraps, have you farted, you dirty shit? The back goes on that way. That's power, which plugs onto the end here. I know where they go, it's no problem. And these three wires here, they, believe it or not, they don't plug into them, they're inductors. There's three of them in a row. Right, so we're looking for three very small pins. We're looking for three very small pins. So I'll put that back down there for a minute and I'll scour the board to fucking find the bastard and things. Three very small pins we're looking for. Right. Do you know something? It's a complete and total fucker when you're looking for something so fucking small. Right. Right. But they are around here somewhere. Definitely around here somewhere. I'll tell you what, you know, I fucking hate it when you can't fucking just spot them. I mean, but they are very small. They are very small, to be perfectly honest, but they are around here somewhere. I just can't fucking spot the damn things. They're not under the aerial, not under this. Where are you fuckers? I might have to cross-reference my fucking video. They were on the edge somewhere, I'm certain, I was sure of it. There's one. There's one, and that's the FM aerial. So that's one. And the other, that's for the FM aerial. That's the FM one. So I mean, they fucking bury the fuckers. The other two, I'm sure they were around here somewhere. Just lift the back up and see where the wires fall. That's usually the best plan, isn't it? But you can't really go off that even, because these two here are FM. These two here are AM aerial, the white and the black, and the blue is the FM. So we plug the FM in first. Try and work out. I mean, I'm not really bothered about connecting the fucking AM aerial socket. I mean, oh no, it's an external FM aerial. It's not an AM external AM. Well, they're all up at the top anyway, so they've got to be round there somewhere. And I know that one there is wherever it fucking went. Just move this inductor slightly in case they're fucking hiding under that. So I wouldn't have thought they would be. No. Put that back. Right. There for external FM. Why you would need an external FM aerial on a radio with an aerial, I don't fucking know, but somebody obviously thought that you did. Right. So given that, then you would expect them all to go together pretty much the same place. Oh, here they are. They're all here. Just move these capacitors out of the way. There they are. This is written in Japanese. Right, well, I'm gonna go for I'll tell you what, putting these on is going to be a fucking pain. Hell. Putting these on is going to be a fucking pain. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to undo them from where they're fucking clamped. I'm going to fucking give me a bit more wire. Right, well, I'm going to go for put the black on there. Put the blue. It doesn't say, and I don't know where, so they're only aerial. I mean, doesn't matter about the other two, as long as you get the blue one in the right place, because the blue one's the telescopic. So what we'll do now, we'll just put the back on there for a minute. Because it's fucking weird the way this is done, because the fucking aerial goes into here. The aerial goes into there, and that blue wire goes right across to where the aerial screws in. So what we'll do next, we'll connect the power supply up, which is simple. The red goes on there, and the black goes on there. I've still got to do that repair to the handle yet, I don't forgot about that. That goes in there. Goes there like that. See, because it drops, you see. I need to sort that out. Hang on, we've got wires there obstructing the. There we go. I'm not going to screw it together yet because there we are. I've got to work out a way of repairing that handle. Now if we get the power cord, we can plug the power cord in, and we can, well, I'll put the aerial on first, and I think that machine screw that we were talking about before, that black machine screw there goes into the aerial. So what we'll do, we'll put the aerial in. There we go. And that black machine screw goes into the aerial. My bench needs a bit of a tidy up, folks, I'll be perfectly honest. So what we'll do now, I didn't feel like it was going in, but it obviously has done. See, I didn't have to take the aerial off, but there we are. So let's get the power cord in and get some juice. And I need to sort this out. That was like that when I got it. So I'll put that down so it doesn't put any stress on it. And I'll repair that in a bit, but we're just a bit of glue will sort that out. Unplug my phone because the fucking people who made that put the charger at a funny angle.
We're still roaming, soon we'll be 30 years old. Learning about life, my woman wrote before I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories.
I've got the stereo lights on.
Go with your heart. For more, and to win a luxury
it's working anyway.
Plus £1,000 spending money, go to classicfm.com.
Yeah, and touch the aerial, that meter goes up.
The brand new.
Your old wardrobe?
Oh, yeah, stereo light does go on and off. I thought it was on, permanently on. Right. There we go.
At HBO. Can't leave nothing at any time, no matter.
Yeah. AM. The switch is a bit grubby. But the stuff I've got is shit. I've tried it and it just go grubby again after a couple of hours.
I don't look because you'll only run the neck the neck. I think I did the job and
there we are.
You look at numbers all the time, stuff in your head and I just think
Your budget.
And world-class performances. Don't miss.
Long wave.
Gently put him out of the window.
See if we get that Irish station, you have to turn the radio around to get that. No. No. Right, let's put a tape in it and try.
Plus your standard network. In money.
In Bridge End, very slow.
Turned MMA fighter Mark Jennings is here. Martin Bashir, Townsend Greenway, James Haskell in the fighting top cage. Only one left standing.
Join in with your postcode to play.
Style with our fantastic range of flat pack furniture, and there's up to 20% off.
Let's go to FM.
He said we have robust exchanges sometimes. Liberal Democrat members are to be asked to back a new anti-Brexit policy at the party's conference in Bournemouth.
Press
Up
that
until
button
now,
down.
the Lib Dems' position has been to campaign for another public vote, but leader Joe Swinson
I
wants to
can't
adopt a
find the
policy
blank
of
tape.
revoking Article 50 without holding a second referendum. African heads of state are gathering in Zimbabwe's capital for Robert Mugabe's state funeral. His successor, Emerson Mnangagwa, who deposed Mr Mugabe in 2017.
Well, record's working because the needle's going up and down like a pair of nun's knickers. So, yeah, we appear to be, yeah, mono stereo, and that's just a different tape type, whether you use normal or CR02, but we want it in normal position.
Robert Mugabe's death, man who ruled this country for 37 years.
Two major oil facilities in Saudi Arabia have been set
Left
alight
and right
by
both
drone
work.
strikes. Flames are now under control at a processing facility and an oil field, both run by the state-owned company Aramco.
Zimbabweans felt moved enough to commemorate Robert Mugabe's
It's only recording on one channel.
37 years.
Two major oil facilities in Saudi Arabia have been set alight by drone strikes. Flames are now under control at a processing facility and an oil field, both run.
Only at your local.
That switch.
It's September 2019. £1,000 available on September.
There we are. Stop that fucking thing. Right, so I'll put the balance back in the middle. Yeah, the switches all need cleaning, but the stuff I've got is crap. I cleaned that one earlier and it's still bad. So let's rewind that tape and see if it did record on both. I think it did.
Moment is supposed to be about unity and strength and shared purpose, but at the moment it doesn't look like enough Zimbabweans felt moved enough.
So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to screw it fully up completely because
yeah, on your
and try to win the
From European donors.
Country for 37 years.
Two major oil facilities in Saudi Arabia have been set alight by...
So let's oh, hang on. Stop. Right, I want to try the internal microphones now. Hello, hello. It's probably picking up the wording from the mechanism. Hello, hello. That won't make any difference. None of them will. Make sure we're right in the middle. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that seems to work. Yeah, I think the record switch is a bit crappy though. Yeah, you can see it moving when you press it. So let's go for rewind. Oh, do you hear that then? That's the record switch, that I think. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that seems to work. Well, only one mic's working. The record switch is you know. Yeah, you see it moving when you press it. Right, so this mic in this side isn't working. I might have it plugged in wrong, I don't know. And the aerial's plugged in right. The power obviously is. Everything's working now, folks. I might just have that mic mixed up. I'll have to recheck my video, see where I unplugged that from. But apart from the switches needing cleaning, there's no point me doing it with my stuff. It's shit. Because I cleaned that one and you still have to jiggle it. It's all out on the radio. But it's when you put it onto tape. It's alright now. But anyway, we're as far as I'm concerned, apart from the switches needing cleaning, just this and this one. Apart from that, I'm happy with it. There's a switch on the back actually for internal and external mics, and even that could cause it. It could be a dirty switch. Switching one of the mics, not switching one of the mics on. But that could be sussed out later. It's you know, I've got this job to do on. Let's put the aerial down. I've got this job to do on the handle, which I'm going to do now. And apart from a switch cleaner, the switches need doing. That's right. I mean, the stuff I've got is crap, so. And I will have a look at that mic. See why. I might have plugged the fucking thing in the wrong place. I don't know. But I'll have to recheck my videos to find out. But all this is working. It's working better than what it did when I got it. I mean, I've replaced both the amplifier chips, replaced a good few of the capacitors around the amplifier, and the amplifiers now, both amplifiers now, left and right, now work perfectly. So, you know, but I know it was an amp chip. I know they're the original chips I took out, or one of them. Well, that's one of them. But I know it was one. I know that was the fault, because I've had that before. With them type of chips, I've had that before, where you turn them on and they work for a bit, and then when then they fade. Then when you turn them back on, they work again for a couple of seconds and then fade. I've had that before with amplifier, with them particular chips. So first protocol was to get them out and get them replaced. But you know, I think Steve's here tomorrow. If he is, I'll ask him if he'll bring his deoxit and let me have a couple of squirts. And I know it's like Radio Crunchers always say, it's about 20 pence a squirt. I'll make him a brew, which I'll be doing anyway. But yeah, this is a really nice radio. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, folks, I'm going to unplug it, because it doesn't need to be plugged in. It is working, it's all done. And I'm going to pull the back off. I'm not going to do this on camera, but I'm going to repair that, because that is not right and I want it right. So I'm going to repair that, and and that should just go to there. Shouldn't go any further than that. Well, it will when the back's on. It'll drop down as far as it needs to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there now, folks. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to work out a way of repairing the handle, where the handle goes in, and I might even be able to do it without even removing all that. You see, just do it from the side here. So have a look at how it's done, and slide this out, because that's actually slid out of its guide. slide that back into there. Right. Well, I know how it's done. And what I'm going to do, let's take the handle off completely so don't break anything. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix up some epoxy, and I'm going to epoxy this to here, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. I think that's, rather than trying to get down there and gum it all up with super glue, let's find something to mix up on. There's an old CD, we can use that. What is it? Pop Hits Volume 4. Yeah. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll root through our drawer. May as well do it on camera and show you. Why not, eh? So what we need to do, we need to get our, I don't know where my little mixers have gone for these, I've got them somewhere, but make sure you never get the tops, make sure you never get the tops mixed up. We only need a little bit of this. There we go. A little bit of that. Make sure you don't get the tops mixed up, otherwise you'll never get the fucking things back off. And always squeeze the tube from the bottom. And what I like to do is squeeze the tube again, and it pulls it back in, so it doesn't end up all over the cap. And what we'll do next, we'll get a screw, we'll get something to mix them two components together. This will do. I did actually have the proper fucking spatula things for mixing them, but as is the way with most things, they got lost. There we are. And this stuff sets in 5 minutes. And to be honest with you folks, when this stuff sets, it sticks like shit to a blanket. And all I need to do is just paste a bit on there, look. That's all I need to do, because it'll glue that to there, and I might have to hold it, but do the other side, and it will just saves making a mess and getting super glue everywhere. That super glue, it's fucking nasty stuff. Yes, it is when you don't fucking want it on you. There we are. And this stuff sets like fucking rocking fucking 5 minutes. It goes like fucking iron. There we are. I'll just get me thing and wipe my tool. There we go. Done. Now all I need to do is just hold that for a couple of minutes. I would use tape, but I've got none. Can I not jam something in there? Just, well, that would have fucking worked if it was a bit fucking, let me see. I'll tell you what, I'll just fucking hold it for a minute. Yeah, if I just hold it for a minute, it'll fucking drop itself into place. There's a bit of epoxy over the top of the handle. Nips into your fucking fingers though. See how we're doing? Lift it up onto its fucking edge. Because I can't really see in there. Yeah, that'll dry as hard as the rock now when it's dry. I could have used super glue, but it would have meant fucking feeding it down into there and it would have been a real bastard. While I'm here, I'm just looking to see if I can find that fucking mic socket. Just lift the transformer out a minute, there we go. Lift that to there, be alright. See, there's the... It actually tells you a plus and minus for the mic, and this one doesn't, so that's why I think it's wrong. So I have to cross-reference my video. I mean, I don't want it right. So I have to cross-reference my video, I think, folks. Let's see. It doesn't go under there anyway, that's for sure. And the other mic plugs on here, and these are the mic sockets here. So might be able to do it by tracing them. You know, might be able to just trace the fucking mic sockets. Because they obviously go to the same fucking place. That's the mic, internal mics on. But the mics all have to end up at the same place eventually. I mean, look how difficult it was to find where them fuckers went. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but that's stuck. Just get a screwdriver. Push it up to it. Yeah. Yeah, turning white. When it turns white, that one there should go a bit further up. Go a bit further up, that one. That's it. That should clip into there. There we go. that's it. And once that sets, it'll set like iron. There was just a little bit of movement in it there for me to play with. So let's get the test meter. Let's disconnect these here. That are clearly not the mic, even though the mic doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the meter and I'm going to try and find out by just putting on continuity. Right, that's the middle. That's the remote switch. That's the remote switch. The actual fucking mic switches. Well, that's negative. I'm sure that's negative for the mic. Because this one here is negative. Yeah. Oh. That is the right one. The mic could even be the mic could even be fucked. That's drying nicely. Let's unplug this one. Unplug that, see what. I can't understand why they put the wire so far away for this one. It's possible. Let's put my fucking magnifier on. Oh, hang on, it says jack 1 right hand mic, jack 2 is under there. Left hand mic. See if that other one there's got a plus next to it. If it has, then it's correct. It's probably the mic that's fucked. Now this one here we know is ground, so we can plug that back on. Yeah, it's got a plus there, but there again, there's a fucking capacitor right next to it now. And there's a capacitor right next to that fucker as well, so. And yeah, so it does, that doesn't mean anything. I think it's right. I think the mic might be duff. Because it is recording from the radio. So just find out which. Let's get that fucking dopey thing off my head. Right, well I think that's right. I think that's right. Now what I'll do, find out, make sure that these are connected correctly, negative, make sure the mics are connected the right way. So we can connect to there, so that should be ground, which it is. So that's correct, that one, nothing, so that's correct. And we go to here, ground, into there, nothing. So I think that's right. I think that's right, folks. If I'm perfectly honest. Now where did I put the handle? It's a fucking big fucking metal bar, plastic coated. I can't fucking miss that. Oh, there it is, it's behind the radio. So yeah. Right, let's make sure that yeah, everything's right. Make sure nothing's catching anywhere. No, we're okay. No, we're okay. I don't like the thought of that red wire near that switch, so I'm going to move that. Just tuck it down here out of the way. That'll do. There we go. That'll do. Now, slip the handle back in. Would help if it slipped in the right fucking way, wouldn't it? Hmm. It goes that way. Push that in all the way. Yeah, once that sets, that ain't going nowhere. No play in it. That's good. Leave the handle up for now, because we've got to put the screws in. So what we'll do next, like I say, I can't. I'd like the switches to be cleaned, but I can't do it because the stuff I've got is crap. So, now, I think that this, there we go, it goes together like that. There we go. There you are. Now let's turn that off. Right, well that's it done, folks. It's as done as far as I can do with it. It'll you know, and I'm happy. I like that little click. Hear that? When you lift the handle up. That's lovely, that. Anyway, I'm going to pop it back on again, just briefly. turn the volume down. Yeah, touch that area, that meter goes up.
Suppose you could say.
Sam Smith wants people to use the term they.
Hi Mildred. I fucking am, but you're a cheeky bastard.
See you last night?
I went to bed. That's what people do at night.
Not fucking early, we don't.
I did. I was fucked.
Right, if you want this doing, can you tell me?
Yeah. 12. Yeah,
Right.
I did. I said 12 o'clock.
Yeah, but you didn't ring me back to tell me.
I thought I told you.
No, did you fuck?
Yeah. 12 o'clock, Graham.
Right, alright, I'll be around there for 12. Right.
How did you get on with it?
That's why I was ringing you to see if you wanted it doing, because I thought you didn't tell me when I come round to give you a lift of the jukebox, and you didn't ring me back.
No, I thought I mentioned it earlier.
No, you didn't mention it.
Right. Yeah. I double checked with her this morning, and she wants it doing.
Yeah, it's just that I've got to be back and go to Stratford after fucking Old Trafford to fucking pick a fucking king-size mattress up for my daughter.
Right.
That fucking amp sounds shit, mate.
Which amp?
That fucking L-stick fucking thing.
It sounded good here.
It sounds fucking shitty. It can't alter the bass. Fuck all, it's your remote to do it.
No, you don't. There's a menu. You just don't know how to do it. You just press the buttons.
It's got the Sony speakers on it, and they sound fucking shit.
Well,
I've got Sony speakers on it. I didn't use the jukebox speakers because I thought, well, there's no point in putting them on it at the minute because I'm going to be getting one off him and I've got to fuck around putting the plugs back on them all.
Yeah, but the point is, did you get anything out of the jukebox?
Got the jukebox playing, yeah.
Right.
But I had to do it manually to play. It lifts the record off and puts it back. Right?
Yeah.
But it will not, when you select a credit on the top, you know, like that one that was in your front room when you press the buttons on the top?
Yeah.
And it doesn't do fuck all.
Yeah.
It's doing that.
Right, well, all it needs is a search unit cleaning.
So I've got to take it up and clean it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I cleaned it last night with stuff and that.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to take them apart and do them.
Right, well, there's another thing is, I put that fucking wire thing back. You know that counter thing?
Oh yeah, the annunciator.
Right. Yeah, so when I rotate the fucking carriage now, that works.
Right.
Right, the other thing was, what was it? I'm going to tell you fucking now. You know that fucking big rod, that big fucking circuit clip that goes on the side of that fucking search unit?
Yeah.
That fits on two ways, you know.
No,
I don't know which way it goes on.
No, it goes on. It goes on with the wires facing forward.
Right, well that's the way I've got it.
Right, well that's the way it goes.
Right.
Besides, you only have to look at your other row. I mean, they go on the same way.
Oh, I didn't know that one was the same.
Yeah.
Alright. So the J goes to the top on it.
Yeah.
Got a J on the plastic rope. Right. Well, I'll check it after anyway, this one. So the search unit one's cleaning.
Yeah, but that big connector should only be able to go up. That big long. Will you shut up a minute, Mildred? Well, how can I tell you when you don't listen?
What?
That connector should only be able to go on one way.
It doesn't. It fits on this.
Right, well it goes right, well it goes on with the wires facing outwards.
Right, alright, then that's the way it is anyway. I'm not
Right.
going the other way, obviously. But it
Right.
doesn't fit that way.
Right, well it shouldn't do, they should only fit one way.
Right. Right, but like I say, the other thing I was telling you, it could be, there's two clips in the top where the button bank is. I think that top drops down so you can get access into it.
Yeah, it does.
Right. Well, I think the button bank on one side is stuck in it, it's sticking in a bit further. It could be that that's causing it, I don't know.
Yeah, the reason why some of the buttons don't work is probably full of shit.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is the button banks move, the full banks move.
Yeah, I know, but the buttons are not stuck in, I checked them.
Yeah, well, I've got to address that problem anyway.
Yeah, you've got to address it, but the before you even think about the buttons, clean the search unit and get the search unit working, because some of the buttons do work, so you can select something with it. Before you fuck up.
And it won't fucking select anything.
No, because when you press the buttons, the search unit starts spinning.
That's right, it just spins and it doesn't find it, does it?
No, because it's dirty. That's all it is.
Right.
It's no good just spraying crap into it, because
I'm not spraying it into it. I just fucking cleaned it. I took the plugs off it on the front and I cleaned it.
Right, but there's open relays, and you might have to bring that search unit round for me to service it.
Right.
Because you'll never do it, because they have to be set up a certain way.
Right.
So you might have to unbolt that and bring it round here for me to service it for you.
Right.
Because there's open relays and everything. It all has to be cleaned.
Right.
And you're not skilled enough.
I'm going to try it later. I'm going to put these other set of speakers on I've got.
Yeah, but that acoustic solution, that acoustic solutions amplifier sounded fucking mega here.
Well, it seemed to be a bit fucking bassy when it was here, and it was.
Oh, that's because that's because I turned the bass fully up.
Right. Well, I actually earthed it, but it's got an earthing pipe on the back of it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I earthed that to the fucking jukebox.
Which is right.
Took a bit of the hum away. That took a bit away. It's
Yeah.
not staying there anyway. But I thought, well, there's no point in me going through all the arsing about wiring it up to the jukebox speakers when fucking dopey ass, when he gets his head round, it gets me an amp.
If you can ever get out of Witherspoons. Or Weatherspoons, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, because every time you ring him, he's doing something for his dad. I'm helping my dad to move. He's been moving for the last 6 fucking months.
Yeah, I know. Well, just say to him, look, you either want me money or you fucking don't. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, true.
At the end of the fucking day, Mildred.
Right, do the quick brew, man. I'll be around yours in a minute anyway. I'll be around there at 12. Pick it up.
Right. Well, I'll put the Hansel and Gretel on. I'll see you in a minute.
Alright, I don't know if she's doing me one now. I don't.
Oh, I thought you said do me a quick brew.
No, she is. She's doing me one.
Oh, right. Right, will you have your quick brew?
I think this guy had a cat,
Why?
Because I sat in front of that jukebox last night, when it really warmed up, because it was playing records on it,
Oh, yeah, cat piss.
It stunk of cat piss.
Yeah.
It stunk of it. So that's another thing that was fucking sorting out.
Hey, a woman said to me the other day, she says, do you want to stroke me pussy? I said, well, take that cat off your knee first.
So, if you go on the net, right, I don't know where you're going to use Reddit from, right, but there's a thing on there. I've got it here, right. I'll put it on. I'll pick it up still for it. If I've got it, I'll put it on the stick and fetch it round. It's called the world's best TV pranks, right?
Yeah.
TV fucking things, right? And it's a bloke with a tube, right, with 2 other guys, right?
Yeah.
And he's blowing air through this tube, right, up his ass with this liquid, right?
Right.
And it's supposed to be the world's greatest, longest fart, right? And the next minute
and he's farting like fucking can't stop. And this guy's lay on the settee, right? And he walks up and he's got pants on, but the bit where his arsehole is. And he fucking farts, and the guy jumps up and like, what the fuck, as if he's out of this world, you know what I mean? And he's walking around the room, farting everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking, I thought it'd be one of them TV fucking things, you know, the word bungles or something.
Yeah.
But I put it on and I thought, what the fuck, Chris? Fucking fellow with a tube blowing shit up his ass.
Well, look at that Mr. Methane. Well, look at that Mr. Methane. He fucking farted on fucking Britain's Got Talent, didn't he?
Yeah.
He played the Blue Danube Waltz with his ass. That's the best way to play the Blue Danube Waltz. If you're going to play the Blue Danube Waltz, the only instrument you need is your ass.
Yeah, it's just fucking full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, listen. Oh, you're on video, by the way, because I'm just doing a video at the moment.
Right, well, I'm going to go now. I'll see you in a bit. I won't be long.
Okay, see you in a bit, Mildred.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Hello? Yeah, I know. Yeah, hang on, let me just... right, I'm going to end this video here, folks. We're all done with that. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.